The last weld fitting we will discuss is the weld cap. Let's have a closer look. The weld cap, as in this example, is used to seal or cap the open end of a run of pipe. You can see here a typical example of a pipe equipped with a weld cap. On isometrics or mechanical drawings, the weld cap, just like most other fittings, can be drawn as a single line or double line symbol, depending on the pipe nominal size. When representing the cap on a drawing, an ellipse is used to construct the round end of the fitting. Finally, notice the weld dot on the single line symbol is drawn as a half circle only. So far, we have discussed each fitting individually. We will now look at how they relate to other fittings when used in the design of various piping systems. Actually, depending on the given situation, fittings will be either welded to each other or separated by lengths of pipe. Welding one fitting directly to another is called fitting makeup. Single line and double line representations of fitting makeup are shown in the following example. On the double line drawing, you can see 4 fittings welded to each other: a long radius elbow, 2 consecutive Ds, and another long radius elbow. The single line drawing represents the same set of fittings, and you can see here the weld dots highlighting the welds between the various fittings. Now, in most situations, the erection of the piping system will require the designer to use pipes of various lengths between the fittings. In these cases, the pipe is cut to the appropriate length and then beveled in preparation for welding to a fitting. When a pipe configuration is not assembled as a fitting makeup and the fittings are separated by a short section of the pipe, most companies stipulate that the pipe must be at least 1 pipe diameter long or 3-inch minimum length, whichever is longest. A cut length of 1 pipe diameter means that any section of pipe that is to be placed between 2 fittings must be at least as long as the nominal pipe size of the fitting being used. For example, if 8-inch fittings are being used, the minimum cut length of pipe between any 2 fittings is 8-inch. For pipe configurations of a 3-inch nominal size or smaller, the minimum pipe cut length is 3-inch. These short sections of pipe are sometimes referred to as spool pieces. Here, keep in mind, it is important to maintain this minimum spacing because once assembled, each weld in every piping configuration must be X-rayed and heat-treated. X-rays are performed to guarantee the quality of the weld. Once a weld has been completed, if another weld procedure is performed too close to it, the heat from the new weld may have an adverse effect on the first weld. Therefore, the 1 pipe diameter minimum spacing allows the pipe to dissipate the heat before it can spoil the first weld. By maintaining a minimum spacing between welds, a pipe can be conveniently cut, beveled, and welded without adverse effects on adjacent welds. The following figure depicts the 1 pipe diameter minimum spacing. Please keep in mind that the 1 pipe diameter minimum spacing is a standard used throughout the piping industry and will be applied to the piping drawings such as piping isometrics. Welds, as highlighted in this isometric, may seem insignificant to the beginning piping engineer or drafter, but it goes without saying that a piping facility could not be built without them. So remember, all welds must be shown on drawings in their exact and proper locations. Also remember to use weld dots on single-line pipe symbols and weld lines on double-line pipe symbols. Now, piping isometrics are beyond the scope of this course, but if you feel like you want to know more about these technical drawings, how to interpret them, and how to draw the correct information from them, then we strongly encourage you to check out our bestseller course on piping isometrics. Know, read, understand, and draw your piping isometrics.